Üdvözöljük köreinkbe Zserjau Mihát és Karcagi Laurát. Egy szlovén és magyar párosról van szó, és az ő esetükben a beszélgetésünk angol nyelven fog történni, hogy mind a ketten maximálisan hozzá tudjanak szólni majd a beszélgetésünkhöz. Welcome, and we are welcoming our guests, the Latin American vice champions of the Hungarian Championship, Zserjau Miha and Karcagi Laura. Thank you very much for coming with me, and hi.
Hello.
Hello, it's nice to see you.
So let me ask you, my first question is that, and I will address it to you, Miha, because we don't really know each other, and you're a new person in the Hungarian Dance Sport Association. Where are you from? How old are you, and when did you start dance?
I'm from Slovenia, and I'm 24 years old, and I started to dance when I was 10 years old, approximately. So yeah, that was
And in which town have you started to dance?
I started dancing in my hometown, Domžale, but then after that, I continued in Ljubljana.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So how did your partnership started? When did that happen, and how did that happen? And could you tell us a little bit about that as well?
So it just so happened to be that my coach was in Hungary teaching in a training camp, and it happened that Laura was searching for a dance partner as well as me. So my coach got to know that Laura is searching for a dance partner. So we arranged a tryout a few weeks later, or a week later, I don't remember. And yeah, that's how it started.
How was that for you, Laura, knowing that you are going to have a dance partner from a different country? Was that exciting for you, or was it a little scary for you?
I would say both. I was really nervous when first time I traveled to Slovenia, but it was a lucky day because it was my birthday. So it was really special, but it was really nice. I think I felt already on the first tryout that everything was so easy, except my English. So, but then Miha also traveled to Hungary, and I think a few weeks later we already decided that it will work and we will start to dance with each other.
Well, that's great to hear. So it wasn't that hard. It was very on spot. You know that it is the right call, and then you just go along with everything.
Yes.
Very nice. So where do you live now, or how do you practice? Like, are you going back and forth between Hungary and Slovenia, or you establish yourself in Hungary, in Slovenia? How does that go?
Most of the time we are in Hungary, practicing here, but our coach is in Slovenia. So every month we are traveling there and back and there and back. I would say we are living in both countries a little bit.
So which country would you call, Laura, your home right now?
Still Hungary, I would say, but I really enjoy when we are in Slovenia because let's say we go for a week or 2 weeks, and when we are there, it's only about dancing. We go in the hall, we don't have anything else to do, so I really enjoy that time.
All right. How do you feel about this, Miha? What would you call your home right now?
My home will be Slovenia always, but I have to say Hungary is not so much different than Slovenia, so I feel really comfortable and accepted here as well. So I'm happy with the situation because I'm quite a lot there also, so I have enough time with my family, but professionally, I'm for Hungary.
Well, that's great to hear. My question would be, how did you take the information when back in March, all the competitions were cancelled? I'm guessing you were very prepared for the Hungarian Championship, and suddenly it just cancelled and you couldn't dance. What were your reactions? How did you feel about this?
I was really disappointed. I know that Miha was saying till the last moment that no, don't worry, it will happen, they won't cancel for sure. But I already felt a few days earlier that maybe we won't go till the competition. And we were the last week before the national in Slovenia, we were preparing with our coach. And we were just doing rounds and rounds and finals, which we love, of course. So when we came back and we heard the news, and I was just thinking back, so many rounds we did, it was not so good.
So what then? Like, you were very much into practicing, and then what happened? Did you take a break, or what did you do?
No, there was no break. Luckily, our coach made us a plan, which she always does, and the plan was, of course, every week, every day was planned. And also after that, we knew that in few months it's not going to happen national. She made also monthly plan. So actually we have already this routine then, that the practice is a part of our day. So nothing much really happened, except what we practice. We could take time a little bit more to go into details or to practice our fundamentals. So not much changed, just the maybe topic of the practice varied a little bit.
Yeah, we sit down online
Online.
together, and actually she already had planned that, okay, now it's a special time, and what we can do, what usually we wouldn't be able to practice because we have so many competition and no time for really practicing details or technique or
Yeah.
things like this.
That's interesting, because talking with other couples, they were saying pretty much the same things, that they didn't really take a break, and then they finally had some time to work on some different stuff that they didn't have time to work on before, because they were always in a rush from one competition to the other, and they always had to be on top of their games and their fitness level and everything like that. And now that they had a little break from the competitions, they could finally work on their stuff. And it's great to hear that, well, you did the same thing. So maybe that's a method that everybody should follow, that maybe there are breaks in the competitions, but there are no breaks in practice and in proficiency.
Yeah, definitely. I think this was a blessing, that the break from the competitions gave us time to work on things that we probably would never, or it would take more time to develop or improve.
I see. So do you guys feel that in a couple of months later, well, actually in 5 months later, when the championship happened, you could dance better than in March?
I'm
Yeah,
sure,
definitely.
yes. I think we never improved so much like in these few months, and we were never more prepared than this time. Really, I felt that if they would say that, okay, now 10 rounds you have to do on this national and final still has to be the best, then we could do. So also mentally and also physically we could develop so much that that I think it happened with a reason, that somehow it had to be like this.
Wow, that's nice to hear. And how do you feel? Could you show that when you were dancing at the championship?
Yeah, I think the day was quite perfect, I would say. It
Wow.
was mission achieved, I would say.
Yes, and also the competition was for me so special that for
Yeah.
5 months we didn't have this big event, and then it came, and I just said to Miha also before the day that anything can happen, but I wish so much this competition like never before. So also this is why I think it was so special.
Yeah, I agree.
I was about to ask, how was the feeling when you were coming to the competition? Like there was a break of 5 months and you couldn't compete. Do you think you got out of routine, or you were pretty much okay with everything?
What was good that 1 week before there was a competition, another competition in Hungary, and there we could compete in this S class. So it was only us and one more couple, but it was good to try ourselves again and dance in front of the public. So it was a really good warm up before the national.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. That's great to hear. So, what would be, what motivates you usually when you are dancing, when you are practicing? I mean, you were telling us that doing rounds and final rounds is not so fun. It's actually hard work. What keeps you motivating? What keeps you moving? What keeps you improve to develop? Like what is that thing that helps you going through these hardships and sacrifices?
I wouldn't say it's a sacrifice. I would say that it's a love for dancing, and I think I don't take it personally as a hard work. I'm aware of it that it's really hard work, but I don't take it as a work. It's something we love to do, and practice is just a part of our life. So it's not a question of if we want to or if it's hard or not hard. It's just how it is. We love to do it. We do it.
Yes, we are doing a lot of these finals alone. That I would say that sometimes it's hard, but we also go sometimes for these practices in our clubs. That one is easier already. But I would say for me, usually we send videos always to our coach that she can check also when we can't meet, and when she say that it's better, that's for me a really big motivation. And really when I watch back the video and I can see that let's say the topic what we worked on the last month is really something I see that it's a bit better, then I feel that okay, then let's do the next one, or what can be again a bit better. That one gives me motivation.
Yeah, our coach always helps us to keep on track, I would say. She gives us a lot of tasks and stuff to do. Challenges. Yeah. So we don't really have too much time to waste.
So your coach is actually a big part of your journey, or of your development. Could you tell us the secret name of that coach? Because I'm really excited to hear.
Yeah, she's Barbara Ambros.
Oh, okay, now it makes sense. Very nice, very nice. So my question would be, what are your goals? What are your future goals? I mean, it's really hard to set any goals right now because nothing is really so sure. maybe people came out with the vaccination, but we know that it will take a little more time until all the circumstances will ease up. So what are your goals for the near future? Let's say the next half a year.
I think the near future is that now we are working with Barbara on a new project. It's fundamentals, basic, and now we really have to practice a lot of basic that it's enough good that we can show ourselves. This is now the priority, I would say. But of course, also our choreographies, for example, now we have time to improve a bit the choreographies, put a little bit harder elements inside, and things like this.
How about your long-term goals? What would be something that you are looking forward and you want to achieve, let's say, in 2 or 3 years?
Of course, internationally, we compete a lot, that on this ranking list we can go more and more forward. But for me, what is my goal, that when I dance, people can really remember that, ooh, this couple from the competition, wow, and then that people notice us, recognize us in the next few years, I would say. We always have, of course, some places on the ranking. Last year, always in the beginning of the year, we write it down, put it on the wardrobe that we see in the morning. And last year we had this top 50 on the ranking list that we can go inside. So I remember that last year this time we were still in Norwegia, and then we went to Miami to chase the points, and we could finally
reach the top 50.
Reach the top 50, and this was, let's say, for me a little dream which come true.
Well, that's great to hear. Well, you definitely look fabulous and the competitions, and I always watching you guys competing, and you indeed looking better and better every moment when I see you. So keep up the good work and move forward. You're on the right path, I guess, as well.
Thanks.
Since our time is very limited, my last question would be, what would be your advice for the future generations of dancers who got maybe discouraged because of these challenging circumstances? What would you suggest? How could they overcome their sadness of the whole thing that is going on?
I would say that really choose something which they wouldn't have time to do normally. For me, this helped that we could go a lot to the gym, or I could stretch a lot or start new things that I know that usually I wouldn't have so much time that I can improve in, or put some new challenge that, okay, this month I will push down my split, or I don't know. But also I would say that now we have time to be with the family, with the loved ones. So also it was this time to be with them.
I would say keep being occupied a little bit. That it's not too passive. That would be important thing. And the second thing is this, what Laura said, that also this time we should all appreciate, because it gives us opportunity to be with the family more.
Well, Miha, Laura, thank you very much for your time and for all your experiences and all your suggestions and advices. I wish you luck and good health and joy in the journey towards success. thank you very much for being here. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.